is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Sun.
Tonight, Tampa Bay arrives in LA for the finale series of this three-city West Coast road trip. For the Rays, the American League strikeout leader, Chris Archer, goes to the Hill looking to tame a red-hot Dodger offense. It's late night with the Rays from storied Dodger Stadium next. Tonight we greet you just a few miles removed from downtown Los Angeles. Dodger Stadium, the site where the Rays will open this two-game set against the Dodgers, wrapping up this swing to the West Coast. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. Rays and Dodgers go at it tonight. The Rays starting pitching has been a little more consistent, and so have some of the bats. And on this road trip, Corey Dickerson is one of those guys swinging the hot bat.
You know, and that's the thing. Corey Dickerson swinging a hot bat kind of quietly, though. You know, he's under the radar, but he has put together a nice six-game stretch, six-game hitting streak. 3 of the 6 have been of the multi-hit variety, and you see the numbers. As quiet as the streak has been, the numbers are loud. They're gaudy. 11 out of 25, 3 doubles, a triple, home run. I mean, extra base hits all over the place. And the big reason why, Dwayne, and we've seen him get on these streaks before, he's using the whole field. When hitters use the whole field, they put up good numbers, and Corey Dickerson can do that with power. Howie Kendrick on the other side, 16-game hitting streak, and look at those numbers. The 394 average, 7 doubles, 3 home runs. That's half of his season total has come in the last 2.5 weeks, and it gets better. Career 387 hitter against the Rays. So this is a guy who's had success against the Rays. He's scorching hot right now. We'll see how Chris Archer and the pitching staff fares.
And as many of us remember, he was very tough against the Rays when he wore the Angels uniform. It's late night with the Rays, which means Todd Callis will be on the loose. He'll be aided and abetted by Steven Souza Jr. and Kevin Kiermaier.
Serving more late night with the Rays tonight, our final late night of the season as a day game commences tomorrow. Rays will play 2 games in less than 20 hours here in LA. But as we did a little bit in Oakland, we're going to have featured Steven Souza Jr. and Kevin Kiermaier, good buddies out there in the outfield. We heard from them earlier in the pregame show talking about what trait they'd like to steal from each other. Now we asked them, if you guys were on the same football team, what position would you play?
I'd probably play strong safety. I think, I'd like to come in and lay the boom. I can cover a little bit around and run around and lay some hat. What about you, Kevin?
I'm a free safety, center field.
Safeties, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple of safety. Maybe like Earl Thomas and Cam Chance. No.
I'm my own player.
Who's that guy? What about the guys for the Ravens? Remember that Ed Reed and that other guy? What was his name?
Bob Sanders?
That's who it was. Bob Sanders and Ed Reed. We could be like Bob Sanders and Ed Reed.
Souza Jr. needs a little help with the microphone placement. Other than that, look forward to Kevin Kiermaier and Steven Souza as the night progresses with our final late night with the Rays. Rays looking for a win at Dodger Stadium for the first time ever in 3 minutes and 20 seconds of the first pitch.
We are in the shadows of the San Gabriel Mountains here at Dodger Stadium. The Rays visiting the Los Angeles Dodgers for this 2-game set. Let's take a quick look at the starting lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Logan Forsythe will lead it off at second base, followed by Brad Miller in short. Evan Longoria hits third, plays third. Corey Dickerson in the cleanup spot in left. At first base tonight, Steve Pearce. Kevin Kiermaier's in center. The number 7 hitter, Brandon Guyer, will play right field. Luke Maile will do the catching. He'll hit 8th. Chris Archer in the 9th spot in the lineup. He'll be doing the pitching.
Well, and it'll be a familiar foe for the Rays here tonight, as old friend Bud Norris is going to be making the start. Started the year with Atlanta, has done a little bit of everything for both the Braves, now obviously here with the Dodgers. 27 games, 14 starts. This will be his 5th start with the Dodgers. He's made 4 previously. Let's take a look at that Dodger defense and see how it's going to line up here tonight behind Bud Norris. Brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. And in the outfield left to right, we have Howie Kendrick, Jock Peterson, and Andrew Tolles. Across the infield third to first, Justin Turner, Corey Seager, Chase Utley, and Adrian Gonzalez, with Yasmani Grandall behind the plate.
And the Rays ready to face the veteran right-hander Bud Norris, with Logan Forsythe leading it off and hitting .279. First pitch of this game is a called strike. Jim Joyce working the plate tonight, veteran umpire.
So there will be no doubt on ball and strike calls here tonight.
No, he is loud and he is enthusiastic and demonstrative. 1 ball and 1 strike. Norris now 31 years old. A ball, 2 strikes. Rays lost the last 3 games of that Oakland series, and you can see what they've done. They won 2 out of 3 decisions against Bud Norris.
Bud Norris showing here tonight a lively fastball, mid-90s. That slider at 87. The slider and the cutter is a combination that he likes to use, both the righties and lefties. And the one thing that he tries to do, makes a concerted effort to mix his pitches well, to try not to become too predictable.
Now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I always like to take a look and see what these pitchers do ahead in the count, behind the count, 2 strikes. If there's any counts that jump out where a certain pitch usage goes way up, and with Bud Norris, that's really not the case.
Now full count. He does have that cutter, and the word is since coming to the Dodgers, he's thrown that a little bit more often than he did before.
It's funny how from organization to organization you will change, tweak guys and how they pitch.
Let's see another 3-2 pitch. On deck is Brad Miller. Popped up. That's a foul ball headed out of play. Well, Forsythe in the game Sunday in Oakland hit a big home run in the 8th inning of that game, only to see the Rays watch things get away from them and eventually lose that game 3-2. There's a high fly ball towering towards center. Peterson there, 1 away. So an extended opening at bat there for Forsythe. A 9-pitch at bat for the Rays leadoff man.
Shortstop number 13, Brad Miller.
Here's Brad Miller. There's 15 home runs for Brad, a career high, tying the team record for most home runs by a shortstop. He takes the ball.
Really played right into the philosophy of the Rays. You know, they turn their guys loose, aggressive early in the count, aggressive swinging to do damage, get the ball in the air. And you know, his career high home runs was 12. And you see right here, already tied that franchise record for most homers by a shortstop. And should blow it wide open at this point.
With over 2 months left to play. One would hope so. One and two. on strikes.
Boy, how about the depth that Bud Norris was able to get on that particular slider? A lot of the other ones here, the first couple of hitters of the game have stayed up in the zone somewhat, but he takes this one right down and out at 86 miles an hour, a devastating pitch.
Two up, two down on a fly ball and a strikeout. And that'll be Evan Longoria. Dodgers send Chase Utley to the shortstop side of second, and Longoria shoots it right through that open right side on the first pitch.
We see him do that all the time now, and once again another case of a late shift this time getting beat. I mean, as soon as Utley got positioned, Evans said, okay, you're going to pitch me down and away. I'm going to go ahead and shoot one through the hole.
Two-out base hit, and that gets the hot bat of Corey Dickerson up there. Big cut right there. Pitch down the middle and up, and boy, did he take a cut at that one.
And if Bud Norris wants to keep this ball in the yard, he's going to want to go a little higher than that. Corey Dickerson, one of the most aggressive hitters. I mean, his swing percentage, we see it all the time. He likes to go early and often and get his money's worth, use all of the three swings that he's afforded. I'll tell you, he's had a nice road trip. We talked a little bit, about him in the Open, and that started, of course, in Colorado, where he used to play. Went back there, got red hot, and has a little 6-game hitting streak.
You can see the differential there, road and at home, over 280 on the road, under 200 at home, and a big cut there on the fastball, and he fouls it back. It may get to the point, I think it already is to the point, where it's almost superfluous to say a big cut by Dickerson, because that's what he takes, it seems, about 99.9% of the time. He never gets cheated in that regard.
We've seen him cut down on a couple of swings here or there, but you're right, it is few and far between. He's up there looking to drive the ball, and the thing is he's got enough power and he's strong enough that he can take that ball out to left center field.
We got a little excited that one game when he was doing that. It seemed for that one game he did shorten his swing a little bit, and he's strong enough. I'm not sure he has to swing from his heels every time. He's a strong guy.
No, and you know what? And there have been 2 or 3 different streaks during the course of this year where that stood out, of him going the other way, and that's when that average would start to come up. And even the power, on this streak here, he's opened it up by using the whole field. He's had a home run the other way.
Rays with a runner at first, 2 outs, 1-2 the count. That will square to 2-2.
How about Bud Norris's timing? He's with Atlanta. He throws 7 shutout against the Mets at the end of June. Gets traded on June 30th. Come over to the Dodgers. First start with the Dodgers. 6 shutout against the Rockies. Hasn't gone quite as well since.
And he gets Dickerson on strikes. Rays leave a man. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Opening this 2-game set against the Dodgers. Bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Dodger lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealer. Chase Utley leads it off. Corey Seager hits second, and Justin Turner will bat third in front of the first baseman Adrian Gonzalez. Red hot Howie Kendrick follows, then Yasmani Grandall. Andrew Tost is in right field hitting seventh. Chuck Peterson in center, the number 8 hitter, and Bud Norris, the pitcher, occupies the 9th spot.
And for Chris Archer, continue to build. His last start came in Denver against the Colorado Rockies. 6 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, 11 strikeouts, and picking up that 5th win.
And the first pitch in there for a strike call, a fastball to begin this outing for Archer, and facing Chase Utley. 1-1. Dodgers start tonight 2.5 back in the National League West, running second.
And that'll be interesting to see how that race plays out, because the Giants really, had a hold of that division up around 6-7 games up. They've hit a rough patch. The Dodgers have been able to climb back to within 2.5. And of course, you're coming down to the deadline. See what any of these teams do.
And of course, the Rays have been prominently mentioned a little bit more often than from time to time, with a lot of pitching out there. Always people looking for pitching, and the Rays, including Archer's name, has been prominently mentioned. A popper left side foul. In fact, there are again scouts here tonight. We've seen scouts from Pittsburgh and from Texas talk about the Dodgers' need, with a couple of big arms on the sideline. A 2-2 count on Utley. Ground ball to first. Pierce will make the play unassisted.
Well, let's take a look at that Rays defense and see how it's going to line up here tonight. Brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. And in that outfield left to right, we've got Corey Dickerson, Kevin Kiermaier, and Brandon Geyer. Across the infield, third to first, Evan Longoria, Brad Miller, Logan Forsythe, and Steve Pierce, with Luke Maley getting the call behind the plate.
Here's Corey Seager, the shortstop. Comes in, as you can see there, with that .306 average. Fouls the first one out of play. He currently leads all major league rookies in hits with 118. And riding an 8-game hitting streak right now, 400 for the life of that streak. Foul ball, and Archer's up 0-2 in the count.
Well, he's a young hitter that has shown great plate discipline, good at pitch recognition. He creates leverage, which then allows him to hit the ball for power with the 17 home runs, and the average up over 300.
Yeah, when you think about his home run production, he's hit most of those to center field. 8 of his 17 home runs have been to center field.
Just think, as he matures as a hitter, maybe picking some counts against certain pitchers where you look to pull a little bit more. You start using right field, that number starts to go up. If you're hitting half of your home runs out to center field, you're a strong man, period.
Miss. 2 up, 2 down on the ground ball and the strikeout.
Third baseman, number 10.
Not many guys are going to be able to go to the top of the zone away from them at 97 and be able to catch up. Your best bet right there is that you hope you foul that pitch off. That was just in a perfect spot with too much velocity.
Well, already the spread 86-97. Last pitch up and away in the zone, hit 97. Here's Justin Turner. And he was keyed for the fastball. And was out in front.
Well, he's been on such a tear with the power numbers that you get that tendency to pull off the ball a little bit. You go down and away, and that front hip flies open, and you've got no chance to reach it.
The inside look on Turner. How about the last 42 after that 220 start? 327 with 15 home runs over the last 42 games.
In the 9 games since the All-Star break, he's got 5 home runs. He's driven in 14, and 7 of the 9 games he's had multi-hit games.
Two and two. Rays had a base runner in the first, left him aboard. 2 outs, bases empty for the Dodgers. Turner starts to go, but he lays off, and the count is full. Adrian Gonzalez on deck. Let's see another 3-2 pitch. Turner's been quite a story here for the Dodgers. 31, acquired really as a utility player, and has forced his way into action. And there's strike 3 call. Looked at the fastball. 2 strikeouts in the inning in a 1-2-3 first for Archer. Steve Pearce will open inning 2 for the Rays. The second, gonna raise backpack presented by Sagicor Life Insurance Company. All kids 14 and under receive a backpack while supplies last when the Rays take on the Yankees Sunday, July 31st. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com. Rays up. Steve Pearce in there against Bud Norris, takes a strike. Here's hitting .311 with 10 home runs.
No,
chased a tough pitch there.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it a little bit going to break after Bud Norris's top half of the first inning. I don't remember his stuff being this lively and sharp, and we've seen a lot of it. But that fastball sitting at 95, you know, the slider 86, 87 with depth.
He's not going to have any trouble getting loose tonight in Los Angeles. It is a warm and somewhat muggy evening, particularly for Los Angeles. Fly ball back into left toward the line. Kendrick on the run, can't get there. That's a fair ball and bounds into the stands for a double. So Steve Pearce picks up his 11th double of the year, leading off the second inning.
Bud Norris made the mistake of the really good slider, and then later in the at-bat, the hanger. And so Steve Pearce has already been able to recognize the spin, and he's able to get out and around this one, and Howie Kendrick just cannot get there as that ball a couple of inches fair. And usually when a ball's in the air for that long, your outfielder is going to have a chance to run underneath it, but he just could not find his way there, and the Rays have a chance.
Here's Kevin Kiermaier. Cues it foul. Kiermaier up here with a man at second and nobody out. At the very least wants to move him over. Really wants to drive him in. Kiermaier 4 of 29 since returning from the DL. This could be a big spot for him.
Well, you knew it was going to be tough. I mean, he had missed a significant amount of time with the wrist and the broken hand, and didn't go on very much of a, you know, a rehab assignment. And for a hitter to get your timing back to, you know, face major league pitching in the middle of a season, it's probably going to take a little bit longer. So I think there was the thought was, hey, you get him back for the defense, and the hitting will come with at bats.
2-1. Yeah, and he couldn't wait to get back, and he knows the same thing that we know, that it might be a struggle offensively. But forget that. He wanted to come back, play the outfield, turn him loose in the outfield, and let the offensive side develop as it will. Nice take. 3-1 to count.
Those are the little subtle things that you look for when you start to see, okay, he's getting pitch recognition back, timing is coming back. You know, that's a pitch a few games ago he would have swung at that pitch, and now able to take it. All good signs.
Pops it to the right side. Tolles out there. Will make that catch, not deep enough, and Pearce is still at second.
That's where you got the 3-1 fastball that you were looking for, but the pitch had a little bit too much jump on it. Maybe you're just a little bit slow in trying to get to it. That's the out that Bud Norris needed.
Now Brandon Guyer. Guyer playing right field tonight. Making his 54th start of the year. Most of those starts have been in left. Strike one.
There's that breaking ball again, and the velocity that he's getting on it, and when he wants to take it out of the zone, or when he's been able to take it out of the zone, the depth that he's gotten on that pitch has been very impressive here early on.
Yeah, we need to continue to talk about how crisp his stuff is.
Yeah.
Because the last time we did that, Pierce doubled on the very next pitch.
That's right. Now he has left a couple of those sliders out over the plate that are up a little bit, but boy, when he's gotten on them right, they've been nasty.
A ball, 2 strikes. Rays took 2 out of 3 in Denver, lost 3 out of 4 in Oakland. Up the right side, down the line. That's got some slice to it and is out of play. You can see down the lines here at Dodger Stadium, 330. But on both the right and left field sides, that fence drops dramatically. 400 to straightaway center. But the low wall there in left, and as we just saw in right field. Two and 2. Pitch very close on that take.
He got him to swing at the first 2 sliders. The last 2 have been borderline pitches that, you know, Brandon Guyer's been able to hold up on. You just hope that going forward that pitch recognition helps this lineup out second time through.
Rays have dropped 3 in a row. Dodgers have won 2 straight. Guyer trying to put the Rays out in front. Scoreless in the top of the second. And a one-hopper to short. Grabbed by Seager. Throw to first is going to be in time. Seager there to stop it, and then popping it up with his glove hand to secure it. And made the play.
You know, and Brandon Guyer gets out of the box pretty well. Corey Seager was way too calm about all this. I mean, look at him. Absolutely no panic at all. That ball coming off, and he just reaches out there, grabs it calmly, and fires a bullet over to pick up the out. That belies the age.
Well, you don't want the game to speed up on you. And if it's going to speed up on a young infielder, it might be on something like that. But not him.
No, that's stuff that you cannot teach. You know, you either have that or you don't, but you're not teaching that. And that's, like you said, slowing the game down, no panic, I got this, with a guy that can get down the line.
Well, the Dodgers elect here to walk Mahle. That last pitch a little high there.
Oh, if I'm Bud Norris right now, I'm livid. I'm livid. I'm like, with the stuff that I got tonight, why don't you let me go after the young catcher so I can have the pitcher lead off the inning next half? That's what you're thinking if you're Bud Norris. You're doing this reluctantly, I promise you.
So there is ball 4 on the intentional walk.
Pitcher number 22,
Chris Archer comes to the
Archer.
plate. Not sure that I would want to be the pitching coach on the team you pitched for and had the intentional walk like that ordered. We just wouldn't see eye to eye, would we?
No. No, we would not. You know, we talk all the time about, you know, how you set up a lineup.
Yep.
And when we've played in these National League parks, you want that pitcher to lead off the inning. And if you don't think that I can get out the 8-hole catcher with 30 or 40 major league at bats with a runner in scoring position, why am I out here to begin with?
That's a great question. And we're going to see if Chris Archer can cross up the Dodgers strategy. Rick Honeycutt, who's had a long and successful run here as pitching coach for the Dodgers. Archer fouls it back. It's 1-1. So Dave Roberts, Bob Guerin a moment ago as they called for the intentional walk.
And I've had those things happen to me before too. And you're out there like, and you get the sign from the catcher and you're like, really? we're really doing this. I mean, they've got their reasons, and you go along with it and make it work as best you can, but your preference is to go after Luke Maile.
1-2. Well, and the challenge beyond that, we talk about when you give up a home run, to put that behind you and focus on the next guy. Same kind of situation here. You're not happy that they intentionally walked a guy and you're facing the pitcher. Archer does have a hit, and you can't let that intentional walk creep into your mind while you're pitching to this guy. And that's strike 3 call on the outside part of the plate. Rays lead 2, no score. Dodge. Visit Dodge.com. By Hawaii's Kona Brewing Company. And by Toyota. Let's go places. Tonight in Los Angeles, we move into the bottom of the 2nd inning. Adrian Gonzalez will lead off. Chris Archer had a 1-2-3 first with 2 strikeouts. He'll face Gonzalez, then Howie Kendrick, and the catcher Yasmani Grandall. Well, Gonzalez at 284. Archer's first pitch, fastball away, up and away. 1-0. Lifts it into left. Dickerson is there to catch it. One away, and that'll get the red hot Howie Kendrick to the plate. Kendrick hitting .274 overall, but has been red hot lately with a 16-game hitting streak. First pitch to him, and there for a strike. Kendrick's lifetime average .359 against the Rays, with 24 runs batted in. Buick GMC big matchup. That's a pretty good sample size right there. 52 games and a .359 average. Number by the mound. Tough play. Gloved and thrown and out at first. Forsythe came in there from second base. The ball not hit overly hard, and that gave Kendrick an outside chance.
Yeah, once he got that by Chris Archer, that's what you're afraid of. A little nub shot right there. But Logan Forsythe, you could see him breaking immediately, making a beeline for that baseball, and then the quick field and get rid of it quick.
Here's the catcher, Grandall. Archer starts him with the fastball up. Two outs, bases empty, a 1-1 count. Fly ball toward right center. That's Geyer waiting, and it's 1-2-3 for the Dodgers in the second. On to the third, scoreless. This late night Tuesday edition of Late Night with the Rays from Dodger Stadium.
Is that when you spent that winter as a professor?
That was it.
You were. I mean, I would have walked in. I would have walked into class and have been smarter just by seeing you dressed like that.
I'd have great confidence in your intellectual scope and capability.
That's the look of a guy who's written a book, is what that is.
Yeah, a coloring book, maybe.
Hey, a book nonetheless.
Yeah, well, there you go. We go to the third. It'll be the top of the order. Logan Forsythe up here for the Rays. And Brad Miller followed by Evan Longoria. So the Rays get their second look now, second time through at Bud Norris tonight.
You know, here's where you're wrong about my scope of academia, however you put it. You used the word superfluous earlier in this broadcast, and I could see the smoke coming out of my ears. Like he just pulled that off rather smoothly.
And now your intellectual curiosity has demanded that you broach the topic.
An explanation.
See, there you go.
I want to know what that means.
And we'll get into all that. There's a ball, 2 balls and a strike. See, there's a lot going on in this show, especially late night. There's baseball.
Yeah.
First and foremost, baseball. But a little humanity and I hope a little humor. And of course, we will make good use of our roving reporter at large, Todd Callis, particularly on these late night with the Rays editions.
I think this is the last one.
Boy, it is, isn't it?
It is, because tomorrow's the day game. Doesn't qualify.
Pop fly back into center. Peterson is there waiting. And so Forsythe is out of there. Hey, there he is. That's our roving reporter, really at large.
He was given the same look last night. Now, he didn't have the headband on, but everything else was the same, including the no shirt.
Well, it is warm here, a little warmer than we anticipated.
Toasty, apparently.
Brad Miller takes it foul back at third. Miller struck out his first time in the first when Norris picked up 2 of his 3 strikeouts. And a foul ball again to the opposite side. We have seen Miller hit the ball all over the ballpark, but you do see him foul away a lot of pitches down that third base and left field side. And as soon as you start to think, well, you're going to see more of those, he'll turn one around, hit it out to right center.
Yeah, I still go back to that, and I can't even remember who it was against at this point, but it was a pitch that was up and away. You know, if you're going to be a strong guy and get it out of the park, you're thinking you've got to hit that out to left center. And he got out and around that pitch, up and away, and hit it out to right center at the Trop. That's an impressive shot.
On the ground to the right side, Utley handles this. 2 up and 2 down.
Number 3, Evan Longoria.
So Longoria, the base hit his first time, and he takes the pitch for a strike. Well, apparently we can begin our studies, BA. You can buy a vowel from that man right there, Pat Sajak.
Yeah, look at that.
So that's the start of tonight's lesson plan.
I've been getting into the game show network.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, a little HGTV. You know, I love investigative discovery, and then HGTV. And yeah, then it's kind of snuck into a little bit of the game show network, some of the classics.
Well, you don't get much better than Pat Sajak.
How many years now? I mean, right? I remember when I was a kid.
Yep. And is quite often seen out here at Dodger Stadium. Two and two. Now the count is full. He's had a 2-out single from Evan in the first. Got a leadoff double in the second from Pierce. They intentionally walked Maley in that inning. Now 2 outs, bases empty, and a full count to Evan Longoria. He lifts it into left center field. Howie Kendrick closes and makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning, bottom of the 3rd coming. No score from L.A.
Subjects of our late night with the Rays tonight from LA, and guys playing in the outfield defensively, we asked them who gets moved the most by the coach Rocco Baldelli.
Definitely me, because I can't pick up as much ground as he can. So I think that if you combine the two, I'm probably moved every pitch between KK and Rocco, just so they're exactly where they want me to, and it works out great. I'm happy just to be shuffled around like a chess piece.
Steven doesn't mind being a chess piece. Kiermaier will be on the run for this one as the fly ball is hit into left center field, and he gets called off by Corey Dickerson. But guys, Kiermaier getting a chance to play tonight. We'll see Souza Jr. at some point in this series more than likely. But Kiermaier says, I love it out here. His first look at the stadium, and he loved all the open area. The more space in the outfield, the better for that guy.
Yeah, he loves that. That's his favorite part of the game. I think as much, maybe even more than hitting. You know, most guys love to swing the bat. Kiermaier loves to run the outfield.
Well, it's a way for him to work off his energy. You know, when you spend any time talking to him, you know, he wanted to get back right away, a quick rehab, get back to the big leagues. We see him on just some normal fly balls, just kind of drift and a little hop at the end or something. But you're right, he loves to be active, and he takes tremendous pride in his defense. And he won the Platinum Glove last year. That says it all.
Goes out on the fly ball to left center. Peterson up here, strike the count on him. Wanted one other thing, talking about Dodger Stadium and what a wonderful venue this continues to be. Opened in April of 1962. Chop right side, charged, four side gloves and throws, and Peterson is safely aboard. Dodgers get a base runner.
Well, Logan had to come a long way for this ball once again. A ball that was topped by Peterson and fielded it, and then the throw over. I don't know exactly what happened here. This ball away. Peterson getting up the line pretty well, and Logan here with the throw. And I don't know, Steve Pearce just lost sight of it. It wasn't a bad throw. Just missed it, hit him right in the left leg. Kind of got handcuffed.
So Peterson reaches on an error. They're going to charge Pearce with the error. And now the bunt put down by Norris, a good one. Pearce with his toss to first base, Forsythe covering. So Bud Norris sacrifices, moving Peterson into scoring position.
Well, unfortunately, that's the end result. A nice job by Bud Norris in getting that bunt down. And the Dodgers here have a 2-out opportunity.
And the veteran hitter Chase Utley is due up in the leadoff spot. Utley grounded out to first to open the bottom of the first inning. Takes the pitch. A fastball in there for a strike. Check swing. Archer. High throw to first. Safe there. So a couple of mistakes here in the third. Couple of defensive lapses. Archer's throw high. And so now he's going to try to get the 5th out of the inning.
A little check swing here by Chase Utley. Looked like it was going to be the end of the inning. Right here, Chris Archer winds up and the ball just sails way high. And Pierce, fortunately, was able to get up and make that catch.
Two errors in the inning. First and third. And now he's going to have to face Corey Seager, the youngest Dodger ever to make the All-Star team for the Dodgers. And he is having a great year introducing himself to opposing pitchers. There's a strike.
And he was struck out in his first at bat on a fastball up and away, and Archer went after him with a lot of fastballs. He was sitting, waiting for the fastball there. Choked up a little bit on the bat, was ready to swing and tear into one, and he gets the slider instead in kind of a half-hearted swing for strike one.
And there's a base hit into center. The run will score, and the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead. Well, the Rays gift wrap that one for the Dodgers, and Seager drives in the run.
Well, as you mentioned, Dwayne, you're going for out number 5 of an inning, and it's truly a 5-out inning. I mean, there's no other way to put it. You put yourself at risk, and Corey Seager makes a great adjustment on that slider and shoots it up the middle for a base hit and a Dodger lead.
Here's Justin Turner. Strike one. Turner caught looking on a fastball his first time. You see there 10 of 12 first pitch strikes. Liner into left. That ball is going to drop for a base hit. And another run will score. Dickerson found himself a little undecided on that one for a moment. And it's 2-0.
Man, he did not look very comfortable on that line drive. I don't know if he would have been able to get there anyway. But off the bat, you're like base hit. Then you're thinking, you know what, this ball may hang up there long enough. And Corey Dickerson played it safe. Able to get out to another breaking ball. That's in that range where you could go for it, make a great catch, and get out of the inning, or you could go for it, the ball skips by you, and everybody's still running.
That's a strike to Adrian Gonzalez.
I mean, these are pitches here by Chris Archer that shouldn't even be being made right now.
2. And he takes care of Gonzalez right there, strikes him out, but the Dodgers score 2 and grab a 2-0 lead.
The 4th inning, a couple of unearned runs against Tampa Bay have given LA a 2-0 lead. You guys were talking about Dickerson using the whole field and how that's been more effective lately for him. He said he was in Colorado, talked with Evan Longoria, talked to a couple of his former teammates with the Rockies, and they said, you've been tinkering all season long. And he said, I try to widen my stance, try to choke up on the bat, try different bats. He said, I just got to the point where I said, I just need to be who I was last year, and that is not chasing pitches off the plate on the inside half and staying with one thought at home plate. Back to you.
And he chops this one to the left if Turner tries to scoop it, a sweeping motion with that glove, and that's going to be an error charged to Turner.
And those plays are more difficult than they look. You know, you're charging and you're going to get that little in-between hop where you've just got to get that glove down there and kind of scoop up, hope it goes in. That time it did not. The Rays get a base runner.
Well, both of those runs in the bottom of the 3rd were unearned. The Rays committing 2 errors in that inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, 2 left.
How did he see that line?
Well, here's Steve Pearce. Maybe the Rays can take advantage of this opening error in the 4th. Pearce doubled his first time. Well, a little comebacker. Out at second, out at first. Well, 2 pitches, 2 outs. An error on the ball hit by Dickerson and a double play started by Norris on the ball hit by Pearce.
That was a tremendous turn from Norris to Chase Utley, who got there quick. And Norris wasted no time. Watch how quickly he gets rid of this ball. Just turn and fire all in one motion right to Utley, a perfect feed, and then they get Pearce.
There's Kevin Kiermaier.
Did you see Chase Utley talking out there with Corey Seager? And he was giving him the, hey, this guy runs. runs well. So in other words, you hit a ground ball up the middle to you. You don't have time to do anything but field it and get rid of it in a hurry. That's the communication between infielders, making sure that everybody's on the same page.
And it's also a veteran player and a young player, although as we've seen with Seager, how he plays the game with such equanimity to be so young. And he plays like a veteran himself.
You're making my brain hurt. Now it's really going. What was that word you just used? Started with an E?
Oh, equanimity.
That's a good one, too.
Calmness.
Yeah, I like that word. It's really good.
That's a strike. 2-1.
Will you wear a bow tie to tomorrow afternoon's game?
Only on very special occasions. Fly ball down the left side. It's out of play. And the count squares at 2-2. Rays with a couple of hits, a walk, had a man reach on an error, and have yet to score a run. It's out of play. So we'll see another 2-2 pitch. Back into the screen. Check swing, foul ball. .31-year-old right-hander Bud Norris. Full count. Norris spending this year with the Braves and the Dodgers, last year with the Orioles and the Padres. Lifted again down the left side, and that will again drop into the seats.
Well, you know, this Dodger team leading the wild card right now, 2.5 games behind the Giants, still think that they can catch them. And Clayton Kershaw, you question about his back, and
could be for the year.
How about that?
Yep.
You know, that's what's scary. And so, you know, when that happened, Andrew Friedman, you know, they reacted quickly in bringing Bud Norris in, you know, from Atlanta, and now maybe looking to do something more, because you're never going to replace this guy. You try to get someone who can be close.
There is strike 3 call, and the Rays are out in the 4th through 3.5. It's 2-0 LA. 1 brought to you by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by your Southern Chevy dealers. Bottom of the 4th. Howie Kendrick leading it off. Missed the slider, strike 1. Kendrick retired in the 2nd on a very good play by Logan Forsythe at 2nd. Kendrick lifts it into right. Geyer backing up right there and makes the grab. And that's the first out. Our Toyota keys to success. And recently the Rays have started to get some consistency out of the rotation, which frankly something they've been looking for all year. Last 6 games, a 1.82 ERA.
Well, they put together 6 straight quality starts. Unfortunately, the record hasn't really reflected how good the starting pitchers have been going here the last week and a half. And that's the part that's frustrating. Well, how about this? Chris Archer is looking to do something tonight that he's not done in over a year, and that's pick up a win in back-to-back starts. That was June of 2015.
Yeah, it seems hard to believe.
Yeah. Well, it's been an inconsistent, well, really second half of last year, and so far all of this year. And it's been that way with some of the other starters too. I think you kind of the starting pitching around the Rays has been so good for so long that it's just a given now. You don't realize that there can be some up and down years. You just assume it's going to be great all the time.
Well, he goes up out of the zone to get Grandall. 2 outs in the inning.
Overpowering.
Two up, 2 down. Here's Andrew Tolles. Upstairs. Tolles has been in 11 games. This is the 12th for the Dodgers. 1-1. Came into the game 9 out of 27. Fly ball. It's Kiermaier checking the wall and making the catch. You could see him take a peek or two as he approached the track. We're headed into the 5th. It's 2-0 LA. Late night with the Rays. Late night indeed. Rays down by a couple.
Hey, we road tripped that year.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a whole segment. More than a show.
Yeah.
That's a series.
No, I mean, so I was sent on a quiet mission up to Durham to watch Scott Kazmir pitch on a rehab assignment, and then to give Jim Hickey a report, and that was it. And I had a rental car. I was going to drive from Durham back to Tampa, and down in the clubhouse talking actually with Charlie Montoya, and Scott Kazmir was going to fly the next morning. Said, "Hey, you mind if I ride with you?" So we drove back to the hotel, packed up his stuff, and we drove all through the night. At 11 o'clock at night, got into the Tampa airport around 9:15. We stayed, but well, I drove the whole way. He stayed awake the entire time, and road tripping, baby.
Had a great conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we talked a lot.
Okay.
I'm not sure what about, but we did talk for a long time.
Well, you start that late at night. You were like driving late night with the Rays.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Because when you're driving that late and you're taking that route, Durham to Tampa, and you get to 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, it's pitch black. You're the only two people alive at that moment. There's nobody else on the road.
There's Geyer shooting one into right, but Tolles has a lot of room and makes the catch. One away here in the 5th. Luke Maile on his way. You were talking about this ballpark earlier.
Luke Maile.
And you pitched here. You played on this field. And there may not be, I know through the years, night in and night out, I don't think there's been a better manicured field than this one.
That's not even debatable. And I've said that to anybody who had ever asked, about ballparks I played, whatever. This field, it was the most finely manicured field that I've ever stepped foot on. Just gorgeous.
Tolles lines up to catch this one. 2 gone.
It's like, I don't want to go so far as to say it's like playing on a putting green. That's a little aggressive. But a nice tee box, a nice fairway of just immaculate grass. It is uniform. It's always trimmed to just this perfect height. It plays fast. It's the best. It's the best surface out there. I mean, look at that. It looks fake. It looks like carpet.
Yep. It's Chris Archer. That's a strike. They've made a few changes through the years to this beautiful ballpark, but nothing that's so substantial that it's changed the nature of the park. When they opened, it had wooden seats in it, and they did switch those out through the years. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's always been eye-catching and beautiful. Maybe a few more advertisements than they had at one time. It's a high chop. Norris with the throw to first. How about that play for the pitcher? Who said you can't let the pitcher handle those ground balls? He did, and very well. Take another look as we go to break on this nice play by Bud Norris. Throwing out Archer. Stadium. Moving on to the bottom of the 5th, and our greater coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Well, the Cubs made a big move, as you all know by now, with Chapman going from the Yankee bullpen into the Cub bullpen. The Cubs gave up 4 young players, 3 young players, and Warren went back to New York. And Melvin, formerly known as B.J. Upton, traded from the Padres to the Blue Jays. So he'll take his 45 runs batted in and 16 home runs to that Toronto Blue Jay lineup.
That gives that Blue Jay team some outfield depth, gives them good speed. You know, Melvin's got, which by the way, it's hard to get used to that. It's BJ in your head as soon as you see that. But anyway, 20 stolen bases, good defense, and of course you saw the power and production numbers.
Peterson chops it toward the middle, backhanded by Forsythe, but just can't get enough on that throw. He was throwing against his own momentum, and that's a base hit for Peterson.
Yeah, he had to expend so much energy just to get to that baseball. There's no way to stop, and now you're making an almost impossible throw.
Number 28.
Look how far he went. I don't think there's anybody that's going to make a throw that comes close to getting Peterson.
So this is the first time tonight the Dodgers have put the leadoff man on base. The Rays have done that twice but have failed to score. And here's Norris, who sacrificed his first time. He'll be doing the same this time. And it's caught by Pierce, and no chance to double up Peterson.
Well, as soon as Bud Norris squares around, Steve Pierce is making a beeline for home plate. You know, holding the runner on, so he's already tight. And watch him, look at, he's off. And then you read it off the bat, you got a chance to make a play. He did just that. It was well done.
Pierce has been a lot of fun to watch at the plate to begin with, and that's what you think of him, the offensive side, but he's been willing to play wherever they need him to play, and he's done a nice job around first base. We just saw an example of it there.
And he's another guy, you know, we hear an awful lot about Rays pitchers as a part of, you know, trade rumors, but he's another guy that a lot of teams are calling about.
He'd be extremely valuable to any team who wanted to pick up someone who gives them some pop, some offense, and some depth of field as well. Top of the order, Utley. A ball, no strikes, the count to him. 2-0. Well, Utley reached on the error by Archer in the third to extend the inning after Peterson had already reached on an error. And Peterson with that chopping infield hit. Aboard again. There's one chop. Forsythe will step on the bag, throw to first. Not in time to get Utley, but they take care of Peterson to keep a man out of scoring position.
Shortstop.
That was good hustle by Chase Utley up the first base line to beat that out, because it looked like Logan Forsythe had positioned himself to end this inning. This chop right here, look at, watch how he plays it, get there to the bag, make the throw, and already by it.
Two gone with a man at first. Corey Seager at the plate. Pitch very close. That's a ball, says Jim Joyce. Ground ball. Boy, Forsythe's been busy, close, and out at second. Utley hustling his way in there. We're through 5 in LA. 2-0 Dodgers. Through 5 in LA, the Dodgers have a 2-0 lead, both unearned. Peterson reached on an error with 1 out in the 3rd, and it got more complicated right here.
Well, that's the story of the ballgame. Ray's sloppiness, and then a base hit by Corey Seager, a base hit by Justin Turner, and just like that, the Dodgers turn those 2 errors into 2 runs.
There is the line to this point. 2-3-1 for the Dodgers, 0-2-2 for the Rays. On to the 6th. Logan Forsythe takes the ball. So the Rays start their 3rd time through. Rays have their 2 hits. Longoria single in the 1st, Pierce a double in the 2nd, and that's it. One and one. Lifted out of play. Well, the Rays have been on this road trip, 3 in Colorado and 4 in Oakland, now 2 here in Los Angeles. The Dodgers are just starting a homestand, completing a 10-day, 9-game road trip, which they went 5 and 4. 2-2. Still starting the day 2.5 back. Trailing the Giants in the NL West. The closest the Dodgers have been to first place since the end of play on the 19th of May. Forsythe goes down on strikes.
Thus far, that pitch, that swing and a miss is a microcosm of this night. Bud Norris, this slider, that movement, that depth at 88 miles an hour. He has been very, very good here tonight. That was something that really we took notice of after that first inning. It was just the ball jumping out of his hand, 95, 96. The slider upper 80s with depth, and we're like, oh, this could be a tough one. And it has been so far.
Brad Miller getting his 3rd look over that pitch. 0-2.
And a pitch we haven't seen a lot of here tonight. That was the changeup. He's been pretty exclusive. Fastball, slider, sprinkle in a changeup here or there, and always to left-handed hitters.
Count still 2 strikes to Miller. The former Ray, J.P. Howell, getting loose in the bullpen for the Dodgers. One out, nobody on, 2 strikes the count to Miller. And he is out on strikes. Back to back here in the 6th.
And just the second strikeout for Bud Norris on the fastball. The majority of the strikeouts coming via the slider, but he powers the fastball up and in here on Brad Miller, gets it in and up just enough. That foul tip right into the glove of Grandall.
Now Longoria, having 1 for 2 tonight, lifts a fly ball short right. That's Tolles. And the Rays are up and down 1, 2, 3 through 5 1/2. 2-0 Dodgers.
All right, Dodger fans, it's time for the Half Shuffle presented by New Era.
Sixth inning, Dodgers lead the Rays, and Duke Energy proud to support the Rays and Tampa Bay area veterans. For every Rays win, Duke Energy donates $1,000 to area agencies working in support of veterans. Duke Energy, powering Florida with more than just energy, supporting veterans and local charities as well. Justin Turner leading off the bottom of the 6th. And that first pitch is a strike, bottom of the inning underway. That's only the 58th pitch of the night by Chris Archer. 57 through the first 5. Back to third, fair, long throw, and Longoria puts it right on the money. So that is the first out in the bottom of the 6th. Time again on this late night with the Rays to check in with Todd.
All right, Dwayne, a lot of former Rays in the Dodgers dugout and bullpen. Down to former Ray in the stands, David DeJesus. A little weird being a fan of a baseball game?
Totally. I haven't been this view. I don't even remember the last time I was at a game. So it's like high school with my dad and at a Yankee game. So, but it's great to be with this guy right here. You know, it's fun to come back and we're having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, no baseball for you this year, but that doesn't mean the career is over, right?
No. Just my hip's feeling a lot better, and I'm hoping to be able to get picked up in the springtime and see what I can do.
What's your little guy been doing at the game here today? Lots of trips to the concession stand?
Exactly. We've been walking all over this place. You know, we're getting to know Dodger Stadium really well, and he had some pretzels, some peanuts, and some ice cream. So we enjoyed it.
It's a good. You saw some of the guys before the game, right?
Totally. It was great to see them all. You know, it's pretty much the same team that I was here last year. You know, they're sprinkling some new guys, but you know, it's great to see them. Great to see Papito and all those guys that you don't get to see, you know, every day. But you know, it's a first-class organization. I'm happy to be able to get back here with them.
David, final thing, regardless of whether you've already played your last game or you find a team next year, you want to stay in this game, right? This game, you have been so involved with this game over the years.
Yeah, I'm a baseball player, man. You know, I love this game. I feel like I have a lot to give back to the younger guys when I'm done playing, you know? Exactly. Just keep that, man, I'm done playing. I have a lot to give back.
Meanwhile, some good family vacation time this summer?
Exactly. Been on the go the last 4 weekends, been all over the world, so we're just settling down this weekend, and you know, we're excited to see where it goes. But together, we're having a great family time.
Well, guys, one of the best guys that ever played for the Rays, and if a foul ball comes back here, everybody around here is in good shape. You better catch it.
I don't know. I'm not going. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy.
All right, we'll go back to Dwayne and BA.
All right, Todd, good to see the former Ray there, David DeJesus. He looks as if he could play right now.
Yeah. I mean, has he ever had a bad day?
No, never. This ball gets away on a swing and a miss by Gonzalez, but it's recovered in time. Luke Maile throws him out at first.
He was a fun guy to cover, and he was a fun guy to have played with. You know, when I was with the Royals, that's when he had just, you know, come up to the big leagues. So I got a chance to watch him start his career off. And you know, the one thing you could say about David DeJesus is all of the years from his rookie year when I first came across him to, you know, even last year, same guy.
Yep.
Nothing's changed.
Now Howie Kendrick. First pitch is a strike.
By the way, as Todd is interviewing David DeJesus, I could actually see the giddiness start to form, because those two are the two happiest guys on the planet.
There's a line drive caught by Forsythe. 1, 2, 3, go the Dodgers. We're headed into the 7th, 2-0. On this night in 2010, Matt Garza throws the first no-hitter in team history, facing a minimum 27 batters, and the Rays win 5-0. Garza retired a club record 22 consecutive hitters after a second-inning walk to outfielder Brennan Bosch. Matt Garza's no-hitter. Now we go to the 7th. Not a lot of pitches have been made in this game. The Rays will have Dickerson, Pierce, and Kiermaier to face Bud Norris. He's been very good through 6 with 89 pitches. Archer through 6, 67 pitches. Corey Dickerson now. Pitch is a ball too low. So both these pitchers tonight, Archer and Norris, come in with earned run averages higher than they would like. Between Archer and Norris, a combined ERA of 4.58, covering a combined 216 innings. And tonight, no earned runs allowed through the front 6, which would be 12 innings total for the two pitchers. That's a strike. Dodgers got 2 unearned runs in the 3rd.
The approach has been very similar. The stuff has been very similar. You know, mid-90s fastballs, mid to upper 80s sliders with a lot of depth, and really just a carbon copy of each other. And you take out those 2 errors, and that's what the game would look like right now. But you get sloppy for a time, and it's going to cost you. The other thing they've done too is, you mentioned those pitch counts. It has been attack, attack, attack. I mean, these guys are trying the 3 pitches or fewer. I can get you out, and that may mean a strikeout. That's how good their stuff has been.
Dickerson down on the count, 1-2. Foul right back. Dickerson comes into this game with a little 6-game hitting streak, but you back that up over 2 weeks or so, and he has put a nice little run. His average coming into this game was 241. He was down in the 190s for the longest. A 2-2 count. Rays facing Bud Norris. Between both stops this year, Atlanta and the Dodgers combined, he's 5-9 in 27 prior games, 14 of those starts. Fouled again. The count holds at 2-2. Dickerson leading off the 7th. He gets on top of this one, lofts a fly ball left center field, and that's Peterson running it down. So the center fielder racing into left center to grab it. Don't miss tomorrow's Wednesday showdown, presented by Mazda. The Rays again will take on the Dodgers. We'll be with you at 2:30 tomorrow. And Matt Moore starts for the Rays. Brandon McCarthy penciled in there for the Dodgers. Steve Pearce with a double and a double play on his card tonight. Ball one. Sleepy Howell up again. Howell the lefty, Baez the righty. Two and 0. One out, bases empty. Top of the seventh.
Well, that's the fear too when facing this Dodger team, and Rays only down 2 runs, but Bud Norris has been outstanding here tonight, and that bullpen for the Dodgers, especially when you get towards that back end, second best ERA in the National League. And they're about 2 or 3 100ths of taking over the top spot from the Washington Nationals at 2.98. And so you want to make your move now, like right now.
Time granted here. Pearce stepping back. A 2-1 count. It's 3-1. Rays and the Dodgers divided the 2-game series at the Trop this year in the first week in May. Now 3-2.
Boy, he's sold out there. That was as big a swing as you'll see Steve Pearce take. 3-1, and he's going for it. Movement just off the edge of the bat, off the edge of the plate.
Fastball fouled back. Rays have played only one other series here against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium, and that was in 2013. They did not win a game in that stop here. There is ball 4, and a nice battle right there by Steve Pearce to finally draw the walk. Second walk given up by Norris. The other one was an intentional walk. So with a man at first and 1 out in the 7th, he's going to get a visitor, and that's going to be it. Dave Roberts to make the pitching change. Back in a moment. Norris tonight. 1 out and a walk into the 7th.
Well, you saw it early on. The stuff was sharp. The fastball was jumping. The slider was biting with great velocity. And Bud Norris was able to command it around the zone and stay away from the mistakes. And when you got a game like this, been very tight all the way through. You got to stay out of the middle of the plate. And for the most part, Bud Norris did just that and throwing up a line 6 1/3. And so far, it's been scoreless.
104 pitches for Norris. And the former Ray, J.P. Howell, in the game with Kevin Kiermaier at the plate. 1 on, 1 out. The breaking ball to start him. So the 40th appearance for Howell. 1-1. That's a strike. Kiermaier was 0 for 2 against Norris. Fly ball to right, and he was caught looking on strikes in the 4th. The take there by Kiermaier low. 2-1. Strike.
JP, did you see the breaking ball speed? Just continues to try to pepper that outside corner. It's amazing what JP can do without pure stuff. You know, it doesn't have the overpowering fastball, but boy, oh boy, not afraid of any situation. Rays fans know all too well about that.
Well, the count is full now.
Well, if you're Kevin Kiermaier, you're banking on another breaking ball here. I mean, you've seen 5 in a row. You just got to make sure that you stay within the strike zone and do not chase. And we'll see if J.P. Howell does come with that breaking ball, or he's going to try to surprise him with the heater. Going right back to it.
And he draws the walk. Well, you can see the location of all those pitches. So Kiermaier is at first. He pushes Pierce into second. 2 on, 1 out. And the Dodgers are going to make another pitching change. Roberts finally out of the dugout with Brandon Guyer due. Howell gives up a walk. Back in a moment. Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun, brought to you by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com. By Kubota. For more information, go to FloridaKubotaDealers.com. And by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. Changes and more changes. We're in the 7th inning. Rays have Pierce at second, Kiermaier at first. Pedro Baez will be the new pitcher replacing Howell. Waldo Arcia is going to hit for Geyer.
Pretty good numbers all around for Baez. 47 innings, 54 strikeouts. That opponent's average just 158. But the Rays here, you know, the Rays gift wrapped an opportunity to the Dodgers with 2 errors in an inning, and now you've got 2 walks here that have given this opportunity to the Rays, and let's see if they can capitalize.
Arcia here against Baez. He looks at strike 1. Rays with 2 runners aboard. The only other time they've done that in this game tonight was in the 2nd inning when Pierce opened with a double with 2 outs. Maile was intentionally walked and Norris struck out Archer. With 1 out, back-to-back walks to Pierce and Kiermaier. Baez now facing Arcia. Arcia missed that one down.
Baez doing a nice job of driving that fastball downhill after the initial opening changeup.
Xavier Cedeno busy in the bullpen for the Rays. It's been Archer all the way so far for the Rays. Arcia down in the count. Maile would follow, and then Archer's spot would be due up. A little bit of that when he stays alive, and the count remains 0-2. Logan Morrison out there on deck. High pop right side. On the infield pop, Utley goes out to take care of that. Well, 2 outs now.
Pinch hitter number 7, Logan Morrison.
Logan Morrison will hit for Maile.
Nice to see him back into a ball game after getting that shot, cortisone shot, and the tendonitis in his forearm. Rick Honeycutt going to the mound right now, and so welcome back. It's been a week or so since you've last hit in a live game, and you're going to see upper 90s.
So the Dodgers go over this switch on the mound with men at first and second and 2 gone. And Morrison hits for Maile.
That would be the scouting report meeting. Got a little change up here, so got to make sure that everybody's on the same page, and the plan of attack has been signed off on, and here we go.
Pierce second, Kiermaier at first. The 28-year-old right-hander Pedro Baez out there. And a throw down to second after the swing through. Pierce back in, and a strike to count on Morrison.
Trying to catch Pierce off of second base. By the way, Morrison gets not the fastball, but a changeup at 88, and then Grandall up and out of there with a quick throw. Pierce able to get back in.
Morrison has not played since the 18th. 2 for his last 19. It's 1-1. It's 1-2.
Now there's your 98 out over the plate, up just a little bit. And this Dodger ball club leads all of Major League Baseball in strikeouts, and they've got some heavy arms coming out of the back of that bullpen. You can see how they have that ability to blow you away.
Inside at 99. Archer on deck. Rays grabbing 2 base runners via the walk. 2-2 the count. Ground ball right side. Gonzalez takes it in himself. Rays lead 2 still. Nothing on the board. Down 2-0.
Of the season, Kevin Kiermaier, one of the outfielders who plays rock, paper, scissors to determine who comes in first after a Rays victory. We asked Souza and Kiermaier who's been getting the better of each other.
Just check the book. You know, we just got to check the book. That's fine. I think I had a streak there of like about 10 or 9 or 10 wins in a row. Yeah, I mean, you know, KK's biggest problem is that he's not worried about beating me. And when you're not worried about beating the opponent, you're obviously susceptible to a lot of different items, you know, some rock, some paper, and some scissors. So I'm going to go ahead and take that one.
So Souza the best rock, paper, scissors player, and Kiermaier said, yeah, I really don't care about beating Souza. That means nothing to me. I'm trying to beat Guy or at least get in second. Guys, back to you.
Now they're like teammates. They're having a little fun with this game. Here, the Rays would have a little more fun if they could score some runs late. They're down 2-0. Oswaldo Arcia remains in the game, playing right field. Kurt Caselli takes over behind the plate. Yasmani Grandall leads it off. Fly ball to right and a strikeout swinging on a fastball. One and one. Five strikeouts, 3 hits allowed, 2 unearned runs. Back at third. Longoria runs out of room on that foul ball.
Boy, once you get even with the bags here, very little foul territory. You're coming from a place like Oakland where it goes on forever. And then here, very limited in the foul territory department.
A long one to right. I mean, long. And out of here, back into the bullpen. 3-0. 14th home run for the Dodger catcher.
How many times do we see Chris Archer try to climb the ladder and go up with the fastball to get the punch out effectively? Not this time to Grandall. He goes up, and so does Yasmani. Boy, I tell you, to get up there around the letters in a mid-90s fastball, he was short, quick, and powerful to that ball and got it out of here.
So the Dodgers expand the lead to 3. 21st home run allowed by Archer. He picks up a first pitch strike to Tolles. A couple of fly balls by the Dodger outfielder tonight, 0 for 2. And had that pitch disappear on him.
You look at Chris Archer's his pitch
Center
count
fielder, number
and how
31,
deep he is in the game. This right here is 17 of the last 20 Dodger hitters. It's been 3 pitches or fewer. Grandall, of course, hit the home run on pitch number 4, but it has been even the strikeouts, just making short, quick work of these Dodger hitters. That's what's allowed him. 74 pitches, 6 1/3 in.
Jock Peterson takes the ball. Couple of errors cost the Rays a couple of runs, presenting the Dodgers with 2 unearned runs in the 3rd. It's 3-0. Archer pitched 6 innings in his last outing. That's a strike here. 6 1/3 so far tonight. That outing was against the Rockies in Colorado when he won his 5th game of the year, made 105 pitches in that game. And he got that one a strike check attempt by Peterson, but he went around with Marvin Hudson.
Yes, he did. He got a 3-1 breaking ball too, and Peterson, you can see getting ready for the fastball.
Strike 3 call on the outside corner. Second strikeout of the inning, number 7 on the night.
Hitting for the Dodgers, number 15,
Drop that
Austin
slider
Barnes.
right around the edge. Boxtrax has it just a little bit off. Doug Peterson thought it was off, but close enough for Jim Joyce to call.
Well, Austin Barnes will pinch hit now. Norris, the starter, worked 6 1/3. Howell and Baez followed him. Barnes coming off the bench, swinging, strike 1. Blanton up in the bullpen. So with 2 outs, a run home in the bottom of the 7th. Los Angeles up 3-0. Chris Archer out there for the Rays, and the Dodgers have Blanton in the bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Archer's pitch count has been great. And he comes back to strike out Barnes after the home run. He strikes out the side to the 8th. 3-0 Dodgers. Well, the Rays trailed 3-0. Chris Archer, 7 innings, 3 runs, 1 earned with no walks and 8 strikeouts tonight. But Norris started this game for the Dodgers, gave up just 2 hits. Howell followed, then Baez, and now Joe Blanton enters the game.
Well, he has been outstanding coming out of the bullpen. That ERA just above 2, almost a strikeout an inning, and a very, very low opponent's average.
And Beckham leads off for the Rays hitting here. Beckham hitting .222. They're coming out of Denver in that Colorado series and then moving into Oakland. He found himself on quite a run, and there's a line base hit into left field. Over to pick it up is Kendrick, and they hold Beckham to a base hit. Reminder, here's what's coming up tomorrow on Rays Live,
Second
the
baseman,
pregame
number
show.
11, Logan Forsythe.
Presented by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. Matt Moore on the hill for the Rays. Matt trying to even his record on the year. We'll hear from him. And Orestes Destrada will break down Justin Turner. Beckham with a pinch hit single aboard. Now Logan Forsythe. Pitch is a strike.
Well, the Rays have some work to do. They need base runners. Anytime you can get that pinch hitter for a pitcher at the bottom of the order, a base hit on base right away here, going to the top of the order, you got a chance to put something together, which is something they've not been able to do tonight. But Bud Norris out of the game.
Two-0 the count here on Forsythe. Dylan Floro up in the bullpen for the Rays. Strike one called to Logan. Beckham at first. He's now 10 of his last 18. He had that streak of 8 straight at bats with a hit. Pitch wide. Joe Blanton on the hill. Liner, a base hit into left. Beckham will turn second aggressively, but stay there. And back-to-back hits to open the 8th inning for the Rays. So just like that, they're going to get the potential tying run to the plate.
Well, this was a hanger right here, 86. They want that down and away. That ball stays middle. Read the spin, bad location. Logan Forsythe just pops that ball out into left field, and the Rays, exactly right, get that tying run to the plate. Creeping towards the middle part of the order, their power, Miller, Longoria on deck.
Brad Miller 0 for 3 tonight. Way high. Tried the breaking ball, and that one slipped away, stayed up there. The Dodgers with a conference on the mound. Follow Rays Baseball Live with the MLB.com @bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day. Live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com @bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet. Turn, nothing doing back there at second. It's Xavier Cedeno joining Floro. Rays trying to build an inning in the 8th. Off to a good start. We'll take it to 2-1. And Evan Longoria is on deck. Now 3 balls and a strike. Bob Guerin, the bench coach, along with Dave Roberts. Roberts on the left side of your screen there. Line shot, base hit. That ball will go all the way to the fence. Rays will get on the board. Beckham scores. Into third base goes Forsythe on the double by Miller. Now the Rays make it a 3-1 game, and they'll have both runners in scoring position for Evan Longoria.
Well, Joe Blanton has come in here and cannot stay out of the middle of the plate. Part of that is stuff. Another part of that is putting yourself in bad counts, which is what he does here. 3-1, trying to sneak a fastball by Miller. It's right in the heart of the plate, and the third straight hard hit ball by the Rays. Boy, 3-1 now, second and third with nobody. I mean, you're thinking at minimum this game has to be tied.
Well, a great opportunity. The Rays have come out here and hit themselves into this situation. Coleman has joined Avalon. Rick Honeycutt's going to take up some time on the mound. So a 2-game set here in LA. Don't miss tomorrow's Wednesday showdown presented by Mazda when the Rays take on the Dodgers. It'll be Moore and McCarthy the matchup. And our coverage begins at 2:30 tomorrow. Jim Joyce out there to move that conference along, break up the chit chat. Well, Evan, 4 of 11 with a couple of doubles against Joe Blanton. 2 men in scoring position right now for him. Pitch is low. Nice stop there by the Dodger catcher, Grandall. Two and 0. Rays have now out-hit the Dodgers 5-4. Dickerson on deck. That after going 2 for their first 23. Now 3 straight hits and a run scored to open the 8th. That will be a strike down and away on the outside corner.
Well, we talked about the fact that Bud Norris stayed out of the middle of the plate. You know, he just didn't make mistakes out over the plate. That's what Joe Blanton has done. Mistakes out over the heart of the plate. The Rays have hammered him.
Liner foul back at third. 2-2. Big opportunity for the Rays. Longoria, foul ball. You got just a little bit of that one or not? Nope. It was a swing and a miss. The ball in the dirt. And Grandall eventually tagged him. And Joyce called him out to complete the strikeout.
Well, that's exactly what Joe Blanton needed right there, the strikeout, and he comes back to get him on a changeup that's down. You can see Evan clearly over the top of that pitch. He does do the point. He's trying to buy himself right here another pitch. Jim Joyce was not buying that.
Well, and the Dodgers will get another pitcher. Blanton departs. Back in a moment. their run here in the 8th with a couple men in scoring position. Coming up following this one, Rays Live, the postgame presented by Checkers. We'll hear from Kevin Cash and word from the clubhouse as well. Luis Avilan, the new pitcher, with the left-handed bat of Corey Dickerson due up. 10th appearance for Avilan. Dickerson tonight is 0 for 3. He reached on an error back in the 4th and was promptly part of a double play. Second and third now with one out. Strike one. One gets away down the line from third. Forsythe, and he is safe. He got in there under the tag. It's a 3-2 game, and over to third base goes Miller.
Well, and that's an aggressive move right there by Logan Forsythe. This ball was not that far away from Grandall, but watch it. You'll see it here. Soon as it bounces away, Logan off and running, and they had a chance to get him, but you see Logan coming in hot and able to sneak the left hand in as that throws a little bit behind Avilan. He absolutely got to the plate, and now you get that runner to third with less than 2. Unless they wanted to take it. I think Dave Roberts initially maybe thinking that hand overslid the back of home plate.
Yeah, and he's told him he wants to take a look at it.
Yep, that was really, really close there on if he caught the tip or not. And the thing is Grandall stayed with it and put the tag on him. So if they determine that Logan never touched the plate, he's going to be out.
Well, Jim Joyce, the crew chief over there.
Hand on the ground there, but it comes off. See, that hand is over top of the plate. You don't actually see there when it comes down. So that thing's not, that angle right there is not definitive. They showed one up here in the Jumbotron that did not look good for the Rays, though. Did not look good for the Rays.
Well, safe the call out of the review. The Dodgers challenged it, and the call stands.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, for as close as that was a short replay. I mean, they got to it and got back here, and you can hear the fans, what they think. Although really, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what they think.
So the Rays got the run on the wild pitch.
Well, now
Miller is at third.
Yeah, going for the strikeout. Dickerson's got to put this ball in play. Infield's in.
And he is out on strikes.
Yeah, that's exactly what you didn't need. And Avilan able to come in and pick up that strikeout. I'm not sure what the confusion was. Swing clear, foul tip right into the glove.
And he held on the foul tip, so no problem there. Now they will walk Pierce. An intentional walk with Kiermaier on deck. So the Rays have made it a 3-2 ball game. Beckham opened the inning with the pinch hit. He has scored. Forsythe followed with a base hit. He has scored. Miller, who doubled in the first run, is at third. Longoria and Dickerson have gone out on strikes. The intentional walk now to Pierce. And Kevin Kiermaier,
Center fielder number 39, Kevin Kiermaier.
Avalon normally with Atlanta. Split last year between Atlanta and the Dodgers. First and third. Here's Kiermaier.
Setting that defense in case the Rays are thinking of any hijinks here in the first and third situation. Pierce delayed steal, something.
Pitch to Kiermaier, and it's bunted foul. Strike one.
Boy, that would have been interesting. And Justin Turner was coming in pretty hard, but you still think about Kiermaier getting one down and how perfect the play is going to have to be to get him at first with his speed.
Miller, the important runner, down at third. He would carry the tying run. It's popped up. The third baseman Turner makes the catch. And the Rays get to lead 2 and trail by 1. It's 3-2. Bruce Archer, a very good outing for the Rays right-hander tonight.
Yeah, and you know the thing is he didn't waste a whole lot of time getting to the point. The point was to retire Dodger hitters. 7 complete innings, 84 pitches. That's how good and efficient Archer was. They had a sloppy inning that really hurt him, and then a fastball that he went up with, and Grandall was able to go up and get it and get that solo shot out of there to make it a 3-run game. Now just a 1-run game, but Chris Archer threw a heck of a game here tonight for the Rays.
Xavier Cedeno makes his 39th appearance. And with a record of 3-2, Beckham stays on to play first. So he'll be the third hitter due up in the 9th. First pitch here in the bottom of the 8th. Utley lofts a foul ball out of play. Well, Utley reached on Archer's error in the 3rd. That extended the inning and eventually led to the 2 unearned runs in the 3rd. Jansen up in the bullpen with the Dodgers holding a 1-run lead. Two balls and a strike. Cedeno last worked Friday, 2/3 of an inning in that 13-inning game at Oakland. Now he's behind 3-1. Rays have gone 5-15 in July. The Dodgers have gone 12-7. Popped up, short right center, and that's going to be Arcia coming in to make the catch. Forsythe went out there, but Arcia got there to make the grab. Well, it's a baseball cap and a cowboy boots kind of night when Hunter Hayes comes to Tropicana Field. Post-game concert free for all guests after the Rays take on the Yankees Saturday, July 30th. So don't miss your chance to kick up your heels with Hunter Hayes. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com. Rays up. Corey Seager. The pitch is low to him. Seager drove in one of the runs in the 3rd. Turner also had a run batted in. Right now, the difference in the game is Grandall's home run to lead off the bottom of the 7th. On hop to short. Miller's throw right there. 2 gone.
Third baseman, number 10, Justin Turner.
Base is empty, and here is Turner. Utley and Seager retired. Turner 1 for 3, the aforementioned RBI single in the 3rd inning. Kurt Casale behind the plate. Arcia in right. They entered the game in the 7th. Beckham at first here in the 8th. A ball, no strikes, the count on Justin Turner. Out of play. To his right, just out of his reach.
Yeah, he didn't have a whole lot of room to play with. Rays had the shift on, so that put Brad Miller over into the hole. And Turner still able to wrap it through.
Now Adrian Gonzalez.
Brad Miller played a shift here on Gonzalez. Evan Longoria all by his lonesome on that left side right over here.
Strike call. Just nicked that outside corner. Out there again, picking up that call. 0-2. Well, worked twice.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You see, Fox Tracks doesn't like it. Adrian Gonzalez doesn't like it.
But Jim Joyce does.
Yes,
and he has the hammer.
You can't hit that pitch. You can't hit that pitch. Throw it again?
Yeah, absolutely. And a cut and a miss. So he strikes out Adrian Gonzalez. Rays will come in to hit in the ninth. They're down 3-2. Night with the Rays. That right there is late night with the Rays equivalency to the rally cap.
The rally scooter.
So the rally scooter is being revved up. And they're going to have to do some revving against Kenley Jansen. Dodgers call upon him to try to close it out.
Now, tremendous stuff, overpowering closer. Good numbers on the season, but I will tell you this. He has blown 2 of his last 4 save opportunities, so he's hit a little bit of a rough patch here. Maybe the Rays can continue that.
Norris started work 6 1/3. Howe, Baez, Blanton, Avilan, and now Jansen. Arcia, who pinch hit in the 7th inning, stayed on to play, will open the 9th. Jansen 29 of 34 in the save department, and there's a little blooper into right falling, and the Rays put the leadoff man on. Well, that's a big step in the right direction.
Pitcher number 19, Kurt Casale.
Right off the end of the bat, able to scoop that ball out into right field, drop it in front of Tolles.
Arcia aboard. Kurt Casale. This is his first plate appearance. He shows the bunt, takes it away. Ball one. A 1-0 count on Kurt Casale. And another move to first on Arcia. The other one, Arcia was right on top of the bag when he went over there. Jansen made the All-Star team this year. That was his first selection. All
the Rays are trying to do is give Jansen an out here, get a runner to second base. He's yanking fastballs well off the plate. And like I said, it has been a little bit of a struggle here recently for Jansen to save opportunities.
And that's a strike. Closer to the corner. It's 2-1.
That was well played. A little closer to the corner than the other two. Yep. So we'll give it to him. He's moving in the right direction.
He's trending. And now the bunt down. The plays at first. Gonzalez to Utley, and the Rays sacrifice putting the potential tying run up at second in scoring position now.
Number 1, Tim Beckham.
Well, here's Tim Beckham, and we mentioned when he entered as a pinch hitter how hot he got, and Oakland carried that right over and had hits in 8 consecutive at bats. Pinch hit and single in the 8th. So the Rays with a couple shots down 3-2. Hamilton's pitch is a strike. The knees. Strike 2.
And he buried that one. He couldn't have put that in a much better spot, and now he's got an opportunity to expand the zone here on Tim Beckham and see if he'll go out.
Beckham stepping out, time called. And a miss on the fastball up at 95. Beckham out on strikes.
He went down and away for strike 2 and then immediately followed that up with this. Well, what a change of location.
Beckham the second out. Rays down to their final out with the potential tying run in scoring position. And that one up and in. I don't know. Forsythe part of the 2-run 8th with a base hit and a run scored.
You feel good. You feel good with Logan Forsythe up in a situation like this. You know, he's one of the guys that has a real good idea of what pitchers are trying to do to him, can shorten the swing, use the middle of the field.
That's a strike. It's 1-1.
Well, there you go. 2 outs, runners in scoring position. Not going to argue with those.
The 1-1. And that one hits him. Forsythe hit by the fastball.
Well, and you get nervous too. You remember Logan Forsythe the last time he was hit in the back of that left shoulder. Missed a lot of time with that.
Number 13, Brad Miller.
Well, fracture that he had back there, and I'll tell you, another mid-90s fastball that was way up and in. Got him right on the back of that left arm.
So it's first and second, 2 gone for Brad Miller. Miller doubled in a run in the 8th. He was left at third with the potential tying run in the 8th when the Rays left men at first and third. Strike 1. So high. Starting pitcher, still the pitchers of record. Longoria would be next if Miller could keep the inning going. 2 on, 2 outs. A ball and a strike the count. Upstairs, 2-1. Jansen taking a lot of time. Steps back for a moment.
Well, he really is. Runners on base, just slowing this thing to a crawl.
Always makes you wonder when a pitcher's doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Where's your confidence?
Now it's 2-2. Two men on, 2 men out. 2-2 the count in a 3-2 game.
Now the step off.
And Miller steps back. Here it is. And Miller out on strikes. The fastball gets him. And the Rays will drop this one tonight. 3-2. Well, the Rays left 2 men on base in the 8th, and they leave 2 men on base in the 9th. 4 of the 9 they stranded tonight. And the Dodgers win the first game of this 2-game set. 3-2. 3-5-1, 4 left for the Dodgers. 2-6-2, 9 men left for the Rays. Norris will get the win. 6-9 overall, 3-2 with the Dodgers. Chris Archer will take the loss. He's 5-14, the difference in the game. The home run struck by the Los Angeles catcher Yasmani Grandall in the 7th. 46,960 here tonight. The Dodgers beat the Rays 3-2. Ron Anderson, Todd Callis, Dwayne Stamps. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast and now the outcome. We'll be with you tomorrow at 2:30 to wrap up the series and the road trip. See you next on Rays Live, the postgame presented by Checkers.